So Kristi Noem has been deported off Trump Island. You know, she was a Homeland Security Secretary that was doing all of Trump's ridiculous immigration policies. You know, someone one day is going to have to write a book about all these people that threw their careers away for Donald Trump, because this lady did everything he wanted her to do. She detained American citizens, in the streets, and when it failed badly, they know they're about to get schlonged in the midterms. Now she's a scapegoat. Here's what's so egregious about this. She did this hearing this week. I want you to listen to see how crazy this was.
The president approved ahead of time you spending $220 million running TV ads across the country in which you are featured prominently.
Yes, sir. We went through the legal processes, did it correctly, worked with OMB. Yes.
He did it?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
And one thing, Senator, I think would be helpful to know is how effective that communications has been. That
they were effective in your name recognition.
Yep. She spent $200 million of your money running ads about herself. Do you realize how absurd this is? But here's the thing. Don't fall for the okie doke, because Trump greenlit every single thing that he did. And whether it's Kristi Noem in that seat or somebody else, they will continue to do this unless they're reined in. You got to vote them out. And Kristi, every crime you did, we've been taking notes. This isn't going away. Good luck.
Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Benny.
I'm Kali.
So something about this Kristi Noem situation is not adding up. First we hear she's out of Homeland Security.
Yeah.
Then suddenly she's not really gone. So she's reassigned to a newly created role as the special envoy for the Shield of the Americans. I'm not so sure what the role is about. So the question many people are asking is simple. Was she really fired, or was she just moved out of the spotlight? Because these two are two different things.
Yeah, and a lot of people are already saying that this looks like the same old political playbook whereby a scandal happens, the public gets angry, then someone becomes the face of the problem. And now, suddenly that person disappears from the main position and the story is supposed to die. But here's the problem. People are not buying it this time. So let's watch some videos and we'll come back with more information. And if you're new here, consider subscribing to our channel.
So right now, it feels like Kristi Noem is being turned into a scapegoat. The person everyone blames. But at the same time, she's not actually being held fully accountable. The reason I'm saying that is because she was reassigned a role that we mentioned earlier, and that's where most of the people are feeling like she's not being held accountable. Think about it. If someone really failed in a major national security role, why would she be still in government position?
Yeah.
This doesn't look like she's facing the consequences.
Yeah.
It looks like she's being relocated.
Headlines read that Kristi Noem, the head of Homeland Security, is now the ex-head of Homeland Security because she's been fired. I hate to do this to you, but she has not been fired. She's been moved so they can hide her. They moved her to a position in a division called the Special Envoy for the Shields of the Americas. Yeah, something they made up 5 minutes ago. But this feels familiar to you, don't it? Yeah, you seen it. You heard it somewhere else before. You got this feeling right here in the middle of your forehead and you're trying to figure it out, but you can't. So I'm going to explain to you exactly what they told you was going on. Then I'm going to explain that feeling you got right here in the middle of your forehead. Don't move. Now, reports are saying that Kristi Noem, you know, the one that's been under fire lately, hearing after hearing, bad headline after bad headline, has been fired from her position as the head of the DHS. She's being replaced by a man named Mark Wayne Mullen. Got two first names put together. Anyways, they reassigned her to a new position at a division they like to call the Special Envoy for the Shields of the Americas, or whatever it is. A new quiet, low-key, out of the spotlight position. And she can sit in comfortably. But it's reminding you of something, ain't it? Stay right there. Hey. When was the last time you seen Greg Bovino's name and a hair long. Take your time. You remember him? The face of ice? I felt like I could not escape him. Everywhere I went, I had to see that face, that small body, and that name in every single headline on every single news outlet. And then one day he gets fired from his job, moved to a new position, and he disappears into the oblivion. They're doing the same exact thing with Kristi Noem. Same exact thing. The same way y'all forgot about Bovino, y'all gonna forget about Noem. But I need you to remember. I need you to not forget about Noem. Because if she's smart, she will take this new job, this new position, and disappear. Stay out of the spotlight, be quiet, be low-key, and not make the same mistake that Greg Bovino did. Because he has been in the news just once, a couple days ago. Because he said some comments about some people you're not supposed to make comments about. Now all of a sudden, he's back in the headlines.
You're testifying that President Trump approved this ahead of time. Is that my understanding?
We had conversations about making sure that we were telling people.
No, ma'am. I'm asking you, sorry to interrupt, but the president approved ahead of time you spending $220 million running TV ads across the country in which you are featured prominently.
Yes, sir. We went through the legal processes, did it correctly.
Did the president know
worked
you
with
were going to do
OMB.
this?
Yes.
He did.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, and here is the part that raises even bigger questions. She reportedly said that Trump knew about the budget approval. Let that sink in for a second. If leadership knew about the budget, then this isn't just about one person. That means the decisions were known at the top. So, if that's true, why does it suddenly look like one person is carrying all the blame? That's the question that people want to get answers.
Now let's talk about the reassignment, because politically, this move is very familiar. It's something that has been happening and happening. So someone is pushed out of the main role. The headlines say they are gone, but in reality, they are quietly placed somewhere else, out of spotlight. So out of the daily news cycle, and after a few weeks, most people forget about it. So I feel like that's the strategy that's being used here, and that's why people are asking, is she being held accountable or being hidden from the spotlight?
And this is not the first time we've seen something like this in politics. Officials get replaced, cabinet members leave, and people are shuffled around. But the real question is always the same. Who is actually responsible? Because moving people around does not answer that question.
And this is because most of the people are really frustrated, not because someone left a position, but because it feels like the public is being told a story that doesn't finally make sense. Because if someone failed, say it clearly.
Yeah.
If someone broke the rules, show us the evidence. If leaders knew about the budget, explain the chain of responsibility, but don't tell people someone is out while quietly keeping them inside the system, because we notice that.
So, transparency matters, accountability matters, and when the public starts feeling like the leaders are just moving pieces around on a chessboard, the trust disappears. And that is why this story is not going away, because people are still asking questions. And until those questions are answered, the suspicion will stay.
So we want to hear from you. Do you think Kristi was actually held accountable, or do you think this was just a political reshuffle to cool the story down? Drop your thoughts on the comment section. Let's have a discussion and consider subscribing.